2, 1. What's up, everybody? Back here live at AIME Fuse 2019 with the Ehlers, Jessica and Ryan. So excited. I've had Ryan on I've actually never had you on the Shred Show, so this is first time on the Shred Show. And Jessica, first time on the show as well. Thank you so much. Here, an incredible event down in Las Vegas. And guys, you got to check it. These guys are these are the belle of the ball. These guys are always dressed to impress. They're always looking great. This is in my opinion, the couple of the mortgage industry. And I mean that, you guys are you're all over the place, which that's what we want to get into because honestly, social media is a big play for you guys. You come from the fitness background, owning a gym. Now you're in the mortgage space and we're having a really cool conversation, guys. And I'm like, this conversation is awesome. We need to go live with this. So, Ryan, you asked a very interesting question when it comes to social media. So go ahead and ask that question again, and let's talk about it.
All right. So a lot of people may not know this, but we at this table know Facebook has an algorithm.
Yes.
So based off of what you're posting and who's consuming it, whether they're watching, clicking, liking, commenting, it's going to start showing that to those people more often. And
100%.
Facebook starts to learn who to push your content out to. So my question is now that we're getting known in the mortgage community, I'm getting friend requests from tons of loan officers in my market, other markets, realtors in my market, other markets. But I'm noticing my engagement with the local community is going down on my posts, and my engagement with industry people is going up. So is it hurting me by adding these people as friends? I love them all and I want to network with them, but is that better served for a LinkedIn than it is at Facebook?
Jason's excited to answer this one. So
I'm extremely excited. Now, what it comes down to it, you're right to see that, but it also comes down with engagement. So, and Gary kind of talked about this a little bit today, is that Facebook only succeeds, just like with ads, is that if people stay on the platform and the content that they're seeing is stuff that they actually care about. Now, Facebook uses signals to actually articulate to the algorithm that hey, this is someone is watching this, and then maybe that person's friend or that person that's like that is going to want to see that content as well. So yes, if you have a predominantly high level of loan officers and real estate agents, that Facebook's going to show if they're engaging with it more than maybe your local community, then it's going to be shared around that because Facebook's saying, hey, well, these people and these people like these people love to see that content. And these other ones, they're engaging, but not as much. So it's going to go to whatever the majority is. And so it can be a little problematic. And I think you're seeing that right now. Right. Now, a good hack, and this is something I said before, is that the better thing to do is to invite those loan officers to follow your business Facebook page for two reasons. One, get more engagement on your Facebook page. And two, that if you want to run an ad, you could run it to people who like your page and their friends. So now you could actually kind of hack into their audience as well in a good way, right? And honestly, we've talked about that before. And that's when you're connecting with other people and stuff like that. But you're absolutely right. Seeing that drop in engagement for the audience that you had built. Right. Because this other audience is probably more active, liking, and if they're friendly with you, then commenting more and all those signals, because if those people in the local community were just liking, but then agents let's just talk about loan officers are commenting, those are higher signals. On a scale of 1 to 10, likes are like a 1, right? And so if you have loan officers that are commenting those and sharing, then that's a higher signal. And so that content's going to be shown to them more.
But what we don't know, and no one will ever know, is that higher engagement, are my local people still seeing it? They're just lurking.
Yeah.
And that could happen. So it could be good just to have that engagement because Facebook is just going to be showing more impressions of that post.
Exactly. 100%. And one thing to also think about, and in fact, we had this conversation earlier, is that when we're trying to measure results on social media, and Josh and I get this all the time. We were just talking about this earlier, probably 10 or 15 people that we've never met before. They've never liked our content. They've never commented. They've never shared anything, but they're saying, we watch your live, we watch everything every single time. We don't know that, and you can't measure that. So the way that you have, and Gary talked about this too, is that the way you have to measure is stuff and the analytics that you can see, the likes, the comments, the share. But you have to look at your business. Are you noticing any?
Are we moving the needle?
Yeah. Are you moving the needle in your community? Are you still getting the same type of off of social interaction? Are you still getting the same kind of attention to your brand that you were before? If none of that is dropped, then I would continue. And to your point, yes, absolutely. The more engagement, the more that's always helpful. It's never just going to cut off an audience, but there's probably a lot of people out there that know you, that see you everywhere, and you are starting to build awareness of that brand, and it's going to maintain relevance. You just don't know about it because they're not sharing or liking your comment, but they're probably still seeing it.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Do you think a good strategy would be to share more of our personal stuff as well, so then
Yes.
the people that are in the community are seeing that, and then that backs off the mortgage brokers a little bit, and the real estate agents.
Absolutely.
And then you can just keep it guessing all the time.
Well, absolutely, because when it comes down to it, and again, going back to this event, that's where we're going to win, right? As an industry, that's where mortgage brokers are going to win, is that local. It's that commonality. You're in the community.
Right.
Zillow, Quicken, they're never going to be able to do marketing hyper local like you can because you're in your community. And guess what? I love the ones when you're like walking down the street in your neighborhood, right? If I'm in your market, that's familiar to me. There's commonality, right? And if you do stuff like around 100%. Halloween and other, restaurants, other things in your community, like you guys are great at doing, that's what's going to matter to people. So to your point, yes, absolutely.
So let me ask you guys this real quick. Are you guys using both you guys' personal pages and a business page as well? Or what are you guys using right now?
Maybe personal,
Both?
but the business one.
Are you more active on the personal page or business page?
More active on the personal.
Awesome.
So it's almost like 90% personal, and then every once in a while I'll take a business post and share it to the personal page. There's just no reach.
So I tell you this, and Jason knows a lot about this too, is when you're sharing those posts from your business to your personal page, that kills engagement. Facebook just released switch it. Facebook just released part of their new algorithm when you're sharing, which is crazy to me. That's why a juggernaut, that's why
to your business,
yes,
rather than your business to your personal.
Yep. So the Facebook is this juggernaut, and they control everything. And it's kind of crazy to me, is because these algorithms. Gary actually said something interesting in his presentation today. He says, Facebook is smart. They're going to keep us there enough because they know if we're not there, they're not getting money. But at the same time, they want to keep us guessing. They want to keep us trying new things, spending new money, spending ad dollars. Right. And then this is one of their tactics recently that they changed. So when you're sharing from a business page to a personal page, it kills that engagement. You got to share from personal to business. And even then, we've seen doing it from ourselves, we see that go down. I always say post natively. So if you have your personal and business post, I know it takes a few extra seconds, but posting on them separately definitely makes a difference. We've seen that in our own posts.
And when you post on your business page, what's going to kill engagement quick is you start sharing it into a bunch of groups and start sharing it like to your personal, let it sit there for a little bit, right? Yep. So now best practice, especially on videos, best practice is about 12 to 24 hours. On regular posts, about at least an hour to 2 hours. Let the algorithm kind of look at it a little bit, see what kind of engagement you'll get, then start sharing it out, and you'll notice that then the algorithm has learned a little bit. So before it's just going to assume that not showing it. That's how you get an extra lift. Once I started, and again, people, because you don't know, right? We don't know what the algorithm, we're kind of guessing on the signals, right? I talk to people that are literally like working hand in hand with Facebook, and they don't even really know the signals. But from their testing, that's kind of how they've mapped that out. 100%. But I will say that's what generally where I've seen people. I know when I started that strategy for my own personal business page, that I left dormant for probably about a year, and then I started the Snarky Marketer on there and started doing that. I'm regularly reaching anywhere from 600 to 3,000 people every post. Now comments may be anywhere from like likes and reactions might be anywhere from like 12, sometimes like 30, 40 or whatever. But I know that I look at the reach, and that's really on your business page. Yep. Yeah, on the business page, all I care about is reach. If I get a like and comment, share, that's extra. But as long as my reach is high, then I know people are seeing it. And at the end of the day, building awareness is what's going to matter.
Right. Well, I think that's one of the most frustrating things, though, is you spend so much time creating this awesome content. And if you post it at the wrong time on the wrong day, Facebook just kills it. Yep. And then you're like, it feels like a waste.
And we kind of use the organic as a barometer. If it's a good video, then we put money behind it.
Exactly. And dude, you nailed it. And that's just, if you're starting to get engagement, that's when you throw a couple ad dollars behind it. Like, hey, this is getting great organic engagement. I'm going to boost this out. I'm going to share. And that's the problem with a personal page, is you can't do that. And that's why a lot of people, once you start to get a brand and you really start to, and we tell people that, start with your personal page. Once you start to get that decent following, once you start to grow that, then a business page is great because you can start to boost posts. You can put some ad dollars behind it. That's, again, Facebook controls so much of it. It's just crazy.
And I should always just listen to her because she's always right.
Oh, so, boom. Jessica. Everybody heard that.
Everybody heard it. So ultimately, what her idea is our website is the ultimate resource for mortgages. So
There
when
you
you
go.
go there, there'll be 60-second explainer videos, hopefully in the next year, for every question that anybody would ever ask.
Yep.
And they can go in there, and it's almost like a membership site
Right.
for information. And what all of our ads will be, like 80% will be driving back to that website to start to build an audience.
Content.
And 20% of our ad spend will be retargeting those people with some sort of offer or something.
Awesome.
The main traffic we're going to be driving is just getting them there into our ecosystem.
Funneling, man. Funnel hacking, baby.
And
All about
instead of it being like forcing them to give us their information, we're just inviting them into our ecosystem.
Exactly. Dude, you guys are doing it right.
And this is something that Josh is really big on, and me too. Josh is a huge Russell Brunson fan.
Love
and
Russell Brunson.
Is about owning that list.
Owning the list.
You have a business when you have a list. And this is one thing that we're going to be launching on November 1st, is kind of a step-by-step on how to do this. But I know you guys could actually crush this when we're talking about hyper-local, is do quizzes. Yep. People will happily give you their information, and now again, don't use it to like automatically like give them an offer, but you put them in your list, have them have more content that's locally based, and then within that list have something about being a broker or rates or something like that. That's more of a call to action. But build a list of like, and sorry, what city are you guys in?
Phoenix,
right?
Yeah.
Phoenix. So Phoenix Metro, right? Say like how well do you know Phoenix? And then have a questions like, do you go, and you guys know you live in the market, so like, do you guys go, what's the nickname for this street, or what street absolutely to avoid to for during rush hour traffic, or what is the best hamburger place, and you do a quiz, you have them, and then you give them a score, you make it up your own rankings, you get that score and they get that result. They have to put in their information, and it's not. And people are like, "Well, that's kind of they're not getting more." You just want the data. You want the list. This is how every other company that's built major 7 million person strong email lists that are just crushing business. That's how they do it with quizzes, and they just but again, it's about the local community.
80% of your emails to them are about the community.
Yeah. Exactly.
20% about what you do. They're not.
Bingo.
And you do a newsletter, and it's sponsored by your mortgage company, right? And they have there. You're talking about you do a banner about rates or what. And again, just a simple call to action. The thing is that you want that attention. You want them to stay on that list, but people will absolutely answer these quizzes just to have fun. 100%. I mean, we do that all the time just to see it. Like, what type are you in Phoenix? Like what, and then just come up with the authority. What's your authority score for knowing Phoenix? Right? I guarantee you, people will fill that out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Love it,
guys. We appreciate you taking a few minutes. Everybody's you can't see people are breaking down now. Yeah. Ryan and Jessica took a few minutes at the end of this AIME Fuse to sit down with us. But thank you guys so much. You guys are absolutely crushing it. We're proud of you. We're excited to watch you guys continue to grow. You guys have only been in the business a couple of years, and that's what gets me so excited. Yeah. You're the young generation, and we're very, very proud of you. Very excited to see what you guys continue to do. So thanks for taking a few minutes to join us this afternoon.
Thank you both.
Guys, if you guys don't follow Jessica and Ryan, I want to say
something's wrong with you.
I say now you'll have to be very careful, because Ryan might not accept your friend request.
Exactly.
But no, you guys need to, because they put out such great content. They're such great examples of what you should be doing in the industry. So great job, guys. With that, I think we're going to wrap up here at AIME Fuse. Everybody's breaking down. It's 5 o'clock already. 5 o'clock somewhere. 5 o'clock for us, and we're going to go make it happen. Thanks so much for joining us here from AIME Fuse. It has been an incredible conference. I want to give a huge shout out to Anthony Costa, the entire AIME team, because they did such a great event. Thank you so much to them, and thank you to all of you continually watching and supporting us. We appreciate you. And if you like this episode, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Comment below. We always appreciate your feedback. Guys, we appreciate you. We love you. Make sure you show up, you hustle.
Repeat every day.
See you guys. Have a great weekend.